I'm just finishing a mouthful of food because I didn't even get to finish my food. Oh my god, I had so much to eat today. Holy shit. I hope this isn't a good series, because if this is a if this is a great series that goes on YouTube and the intro is, oh my god, what a mouthful of food I haven't eaten today, then well, what an intro that'll be. Maybe that's what we need to get the YouTube viewership back up. No, it's okay. I've learned how to do voiceovers, so if the intro to a video isn't very fun, now I do a voiceover the first 20 seconds. I'm like, yo guys, what's up? Wardy on the YouTube right here, coming at you big with StarCraft 2. ShoWTimE and Reynor are gonna play a mint series of PvP. It's gonna be wicked, and you guys better stay tuned in. And then it cuts out to about now where I'm like, so guys, PvP is gonna be kind of fun, and then the cast just continues. It's like magic. Fixes any YouTube intro in an instant. I didn't even tell them to like and subscribe, but you know. Do you need to if you talk like that? Everyone's gonna be liking and subscribing anyway. They don't need reminding. I've got hiccups. No! Oh my god. Oh, sorry, let me breathe a second, just getting the hiccups out of the way. Have a drink. Everyone's clicked the unlike and unsubscribe button because the video went to shit. Oh my god. It's YouTube's difficult, guys. It's tough. Alright. So, some PvP. Let's find a camera here. Ooh, who do we like? Ooh. Ooh, I have the choice of observers right now. I don't even know who to pick. So, Reynor, ShoWTimE. Reynor's playing OFFRACE, playing some PvP. Let's see what the hell happens. I just thought it'd be fun to jump into this. We'll jump back to the top side of the bracket after, watch Clem's semi-final probably, but, well, unless it's TVT, then we might try and sneak away from it, but, yeah, generally just, a cool place to be, and let's see what, goes down. As a couple of stalkers do begin to whack away on some early structures. It's going to get a Stargate down already here from the side of Raynor. It is going to be an extra gate from ShoWTimE. So ShoWTime's just going to put on the pressure, man. Against a Stargate in base, though, I mean, if Raynor can find out what's going on, then you can obviously just get a Voider out, and that puts you into a really good position at dealing with this. So let's see. If you guys aren't aware, Reynor's Protoss is very good. Today he hit 6.5k MMR apparently, so his Protoss is looking pretty good in general. He beat Trigger to get here. He's a very good, competent NA player. And I know you guys are like, NA, lol. But Trigger actually is very good, and he's been on the rise, and he's been putting a lot more time into the game, and it's definitely been showing as of late. So being Trigger 2-1 is no mean feat. Let's see if he can step up a bit. And I told him if he wins this, I can get a real good clickbaity YouTube title. I was like, you know, what can we say? It'd be like, is Reynor the second best Protoss in Europe? Question mark, exclamation mark. So yeah, let's see if Reynor can give me at least 10 more views on YouTube. Actually, I also told him this, that clickbait doesn't work very well on my YouTube, so it doesn't really matter if he loses anyway, just to take the pressure off a little bit. But let's see if he can do it, guys. Let's see if we can get it done. Did Lambo OFFRACE today? No, he just got beaten by Nurture and ZVZ, man. That was actually wild. We followed that section of the bracket early. Well, we actually only watched level 3. Game 3 of that series, so we didn't watch it all, but we followed some of Nurture's games before then, beating Zamaga and stuff, so. That was a loco intro? Oh, I mean, well, I guess kind of, but you got, the loco has a full-on phrase, right? Like, he's literally got a scripted sentence. It's like, hello, my name is Loco, and today, yes, we are gonna be playing anything we want, because I'm just that powerful. I'm out here having to cast StarCraft every day. Loco's like, I don't feel like StarCraft today. You know what? Let's just play some cool game. Loco living the best life right now. Loco's just a swarm of positivity. I actually don't think I could be as positive as Loco is, and I think that's my problem. Like Loco is extremely positive, and being that positive is really hard all the time. It's tough. Some Stalkers are fighting here. ShoWTimE obviously is expanding behind this. The double Oracle counterattack, though, coming in. This is where Reynor's actually going to do some pretty serious damage. One Stalker warping in against this is not really going to get the job done. 7, 8 workers going down, but he's losing over here. He's losing the 5 probes forward a bit too late, though. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, Reynor is up 13 workers, so he can give up probes in this scenario. He just has to hold off this attack, and he's starting to get there. Reynor's up in supply pretty heavily right now, guys. The Oracle's still alive and just hiding in the corner. They can come back again a little bit when they've regained some shields and some energy. Reynor's actually in a really good spot. He does lose this pylon. He warps in another Stalk on the high ground. Obviously, ShoWTimE's building a Nexus, so Reynor can't really give up the natural. He's got 2 Oracles ready to come back in. He needs both of them to obviously be active to kill workers against the battery. ShoWTimE, another Stalker showing up. I mean, Reynor's about to have very good army supply here. Oh, Super Battery pops. Reynor comes down the ramp. I don't think he needed Super Battery there, though. I think that was actually a moment too soon. Maybe it does force ShoWTimE to keep running away, though, so there's some possibility on that. That's the case. Super Battery's still active. About to fade away. Reynor's got a massive warp in his Stalkers. He's going to get multiple Stalker kills here. This might be the break he needs. ShoWTimE's on 12 probes as the Oracles came back in. Only 1 remains alive now, but it's just going to chill out on the natural and see if it can find like a probe spawning. Obviously, there's no battery down there for ShoWTimE, so yeah, I think Reynor's got this, guys. I think he's actually in a good enough position to make this happen, and I talked absolute crap during the entirety of this game. Oh my goodness, I've screwed up my own clickbaity YouTube video. Stalkers keep coming through, and it looks as though Reynor is going to be good to chase this down and win this out. Oh my god. GG. Reynor holds. Oh god. Like in June, I've streamed already. Hang on. 5 hours, 6 hours, 9.5 hours, 7 hours, 6.5 hours, 4 hours, 1 day off, 8.5 hours, 6.5 hours. You know, like that's already long days of streaming, you know? That's already a lot of StarCraft. It's tough to kind of go in and do more after that when you've got like a puppy that wants attention, a girlfriend that wants attention, you know? That's tough. I even bought Anno 1800 after the free weekend. I even bought it and I've not opened it since. I'm so sad. Scholar changed races for ZVP only at one point. Yeah, Scholar played Protoss one time in a big match. Well, sometimes she played PV Protoss in other events as well. Yes, Reynor plays OFFRACE on the Monday night pretty much all the time, guys. Like he very rarely plays Zerg in these cups. So if he plays, he's usually playing OFFRACE, and this is one of his better runs. But he actually got into a top 4 of an NA cup with his Protoss. He beat Armani, if I'm not mistaken. So his OFFRACE is legit good. He's not fully switching or anything. He just finds it fun, and yeah, he's pretty darn good at it. So it's obviously pretty entertaining on our side to watch it. Well, guys, let's see what happens as we go into more games here in the PvP. Reynor 1-0 up. If he wins this, he's in the semi-finals, where he would play against either Hero Marine, Laser, or Max Pax. That section of the bracket is still playing out. You know, if that comes through, then I feel like we actually have to probably cast that. Like, even though I know Roddy's probably going to cast the same side of the bracket as us then, or we're casting the same side as Roddy, because Roddy's been in this side for longer. I feel like we just have to cast that at that point, right? Like, I feel like I'd be hard-pressed to swap to the other side, especially if it ends up being TVT on the top side. Stargate opening again from Reynor. It's a little bit more of the same here, as ShoWTimE looks like he's playing a bit more conservative this game. 2 Stalkers, 2 Sentries, which means he's going to look to expand rather than kind of teching up this time around. So a little bit of a different approach. Obviously makes a lot of sense. I think playing a longer game is probably the safer way to play against someone playing OFFRACE, because generally when they play OFFRACE, they're very good at, you know, some of the early stages, but the later the game goes, the more experience you're going to have in those later stages, because it's your main race. You've been in this situation so many more times generally. That's the expectation, at least. So yeah. Chat wants attention too. Feels bad, man. Sorry, guys. Yo, Bobhead, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. We appreciate all you do. Gifting out to Ravenscar, Salachi, Apium, Aran Barigo, and Bardiel Wild. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Give me some love in the chat for some generous sub gifting. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Puppy over girlfriend. No. I just say the puppy first because she's the more attention needing one. She's the puppy is very the puppy is like, I will jump on your head for attention levels. The girlfriend at least just, like, you know, gives me a little nudge every now and then if I'm not paying attention. The puppy, like, straight up attacks me, so. ShoWTimE putting some pressure on. He is expanding, but he's continuing to warp in Stalkers too, so. Pressure with these Stalkers. Again, this isn't the most Stalkers he could have, because obviously he's built a couple of sentries as well, so he's going to have... Oh no, he cancelled the sentries. I apologize. I was reading Twitch chat with the gifted subs. He cancelled the sentries. So he actually went into just more Stalkers, so he actually decided to go kind of committed to this pressure. Actually, he did have a third gate. Oh no, sorry. Oh god, guys, this is actually basically the same game again. Sorry, I apologize. I got completely distracted by chat. There's no battery on the low ground this time from Reynor. There's 2 Stalkers left at home already from ShoWTimE to minimize the damage he takes, and he's 100% going to get the Nexus this time. So, a very similar game, but playing very differently is... Yeah, Reynor gets 5 probes, and obviously down a base. That's not all that amazing. Reynor's trying to build a Twilight Council, an additional gate of his own is on the way in. Let's see if that's going to turn out to be enough to try and turn this around, but he is definitely in a bit of a tricky situation right now, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to find his way out of trouble. Six probes haven't been killed. Just gonna see that blink on the way up from Reynor coming through as well right here, and just gonna be having ourselves a Twilight Council about to finish up on the side of ShoWTimE. So, I mean, there's Reynor, trying to get to blink, but he's basically one base all in. ShoWTimE has more army supply, and I mean, maybe you can break out with this blink, but then I still feel like you're in a pretty difficult spot. So, suppose we will see. Hallucinated Phoenix sees the Dark Shrine, by the way, so there goes that. I mean, if this was intended to be like a surprise, then... Surprise! It's spoiled. Reynor might keep it anyways. The DT harass might be nice for him. What's across the map? 2 Adepts trying to bully their way in, fighting a Stalker at the moment, apparently, so... Yeah, gonna shade up. Whoa, 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 the gates! I mean, that was actually a... That was actually a way in if you wanted to hit a mineral line. There's a lot of Stalkers there, so maybe you don't want to, you know, actually go in there and give up the units, but... I mean, that was a chance. If you wanted a chance, you kind of had it right there, so, yeah. I'm surprised it didn't happen as more Stalkers open back into the main base now. Bringing it back. Blink is coming through, sentry on the way up, a couple of probes, a couple extra Stalkers, all continue to warp in right now. And all of this set up. Stalker's going to put some damage out onto this Oracle, so Oracle taking some hits. And going after the hallucination, trying to get that pick off nice and quickly, and just trying to deny info. I mean, Reynor is re-expanding. He's only 3 workers behind, but obviously he's been down a lot of workers for a long time now, especially just being behind the base this entire time. So let's see if he can find a way back in. He's trying to make something happen with harassment into the main base, but it's honestly not going brilliantly just yet, to say the least. So not ideal for the moment as we have these Stalkers chased away, pushed out of here. And he actually does kill an Oracle, but now Reynor's going to catch all these Stalkers, but then Stalkers from ShoWTimE come in from the other side. Well, kind of a weird fight, and obviously ShoWTimE blinks to try and defend. Reynor will chase a couple low HP Stalkers. Blinking out of trouble. Now sentries, they can't blink back. Well, Force go down. Surprised that Stalker didn't have a blink available, actually. All good though, although good. Getting that clean up. Forge getting down on the main base. Couple extra probes continuing through, and just going to be seeing the extra Stalker warp-ins Continuing up here in this attempted continued defense. I mean, Reynor is actually kind of honestly back in the game a little bit. I mean, he's going to be down on the Forge soon, but I honestly kind of like where he's at, no? Is there any reason not to be liking where Reynor's at right now? I mean, he's going to, like I said, down on the Forge. He is down 7 workers as well, but we're kind of at the point where those 7 workers don't have much meaning. And he's taking really good fights here. I mean, these fights are obviously very good. I mean, any Stalkers he's killing off is going to help him even out this game. He's been killing off a lot of the sentries too, so taking that tech just away from his opponent. Yeah, man, I mean, genuinely pretty sick from Reynor, doing a very good job of this. Killed 5 probes here as well, so doing enough to stay in this. No doubt about it. Yeah, it's really sick. Stalker's pulling back, just blinking away here, and just going to be having the pylon setting up on that far right side, so at least ShoWTimE has some counter potential. He will start to take a third. Reynor was a little bit faster on that. Reynor now has an army supply lead. Like I say, his trades have been really good in the last little while. He actually built a third Oracle. I completely missed that in this game, I'm not going to lie. Stalker's going to start flying. We actually take a bit of an aggressive step forward there as Reynor, who's going to get himself a couple more Stalker kills. ShoWTimE has to start blinking back defensively, and again, just the commitment to being out on this side of the map has been really worthwhile. Reynor's going to look to cancel his third base. Obviously, no battery here just yet. Staying in these concaves, helping him to fight. He just needs to make sure all of his Stalkers are hitting Stalkers rather than, you know, potentially hitting the Nexus here. Although hitting the Nexus is good as well. Just if it does turn out into a big fight, you want to be careful about what you're striking, right? Probes going down too in the main base. Adepts are dealt with. I mean, he's going to get the Nexus now. ShoWTimE doesn't cancel it. It's killed. Oh my goodness. Reynor is going to fall back. Killed off the third. I mean, ShoWTimE is teching up better. He's got charge on the way. He's got +1 coming through. I mean, in that regard, ShoWTimE is looking to retake a lead in this game. So, I guess let's see if the tech can work out, because that's all things that Reynor just hasn't gone into yet, and has, you know, allowed him to just basically keep on focusing on producing Stalkers and being feisty with those Stalkers. But of course, he's also up 1 game in this in this best of 3 anyway, so he's got this game to play with too. And being down the attack upgrade should help ShoWTimE a lot now, being able to kind of actually trade better on the Stalkers. Should take some of Reynor's efficient trades away from him right now. Charge is about a complete, +2 attack is in the productions. I can say ShoWTimE's getting quite far ahead on that, but at least Reynor now does have his own +1 coming through. Starts to build a robo facility as well. Are we going to start, I mean, if we go late game, we're going to start playing like Blink Stalker Disruptor from Reynor. A nice position here from ShoWTimE. Gets 2 Stalkers, I believe, or maybe just 1, and 1 was very close to dying. But my point is, good damage done right there, basically. Nice little catch. Reynor coming across the map again. I mean, now there's charge available from ShoWTimE. The thing is, a low amount of Zealots doesn't feel like it makes much of a difference, but when you get to, there's a certain point where Zealots obviously just feel very good. Reynor, I just don't think this is the fight now. Batteries are available here too, and that's something that he wasn't fighting against previously. I think this time he got a little bit over-aggressive over here, and especially with the upgrades in ShoWTimE's favor. Yeah, now Reynor's having to go running. A lot of his previous fights went very well for him, but this is just one that was never going to go well for him, unfortunately, and that is pretty much going to be that. Now ShoWTimE comes straight across the map, upgrade lead, army supply lead, and he should just be able to push straight in here and have a great old time. Adepts going in after some probes. Stalkers blink in to try and grab those Adepts, and they will take down both of them, so both Adepts will fall. I mean, supplies are still kind of even, and Reynor's about to get charged. He's going to send some Zealots, I believe. It looked like he was maybe going to start rallying them around the top of the map to perhaps go for a counterattack, but that doesn't actually happen just yet, so Nexus Stalkers will open in from ShoWTimE. Cannons in production, and just going to be seeing the +3 attack upgrade. also producing right here, so again, trying to maintain that lead. Sure, Reynor does get there in time to cancel the 4th base. Quick reactions, not messing around at all with that. He clicked on that cancel immediately. Stalkers in the center here from ShoWTimE are going to get a bit surrounded, and they have to blink defensively, which is always not good because already you're missing your blink. These Zealots will be able to charge in and tank a little bit, and even though you're down an upgrade right now as Reynor, this was not a bad fight. Being able to get those surrounds and setting up for that is actually really cool. He's playing like very Zergy, right? You know, it's like getting the Ling surround set up and stuff. Loses the 4th base though again, unfortunately. He is once again kind of setting up for something of a pincer movement, but ShoWTimE is far enough out before it's actually executed, and so ShoWTimE doesn't end up punished for it this time around. So yeah, ShoWTimE getting away there. I'm going to see +2 finishing from Reynor. Obviously, that's going to be the last time that ShoWTimE will have a chance to establish an upgrade lead with the +3 coming in. And we'll see if that +3 can maybe make a difference in some of these upcoming engagements. Stalker Zealot all out around the left-hand side and just hanging out front of the 3rd base. Into charge forward and just going to be seeing Reynor a little bit of multi-prong. Going to force a recall over here. I think the moment you see a recall, you should be kind of backing away though. Although honestly, this fight on the left side looks really good for Reynor. That's the one where he's actually going to be able to get rid of some batteries very quickly. Now he doesn't have the numbers because the reinforcements came in from ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE is collecting back up there with other units, but now maybe Reynor can do something on the right side again. Doesn't quite happen, but honestly, been kind of enjoying watching him just, again, move these 2 different armies around, trying to find openings, trying to find ways to deal damage. He didn't start +3 attack, and I do feel like that's something he wants to stop and think of, because ShoWTimE reopening that upgrade lead, I think, is going to be pretty significant here, so definitely, and especially in a game where it's like a lot about scrappy engagements and like a lot of little fights happening, I think you absolutely want to be in a position where you're able to hit the, well, basically hit that +3 attack. You have that upgrade lead goes a long way. Reynor starts Shields. Shields is cheaper and does help with the Zealots as well a little bit more, I suppose, so maybe that's part of his plan. Buff these Zealots up and, yeah, maybe utilize that. He is being chased away in the top left-hand side as he attacks into this natural. I mean, again, getting rid of stuff like the stack defense right now is pretty huge because it really opens up the position here to attack later. Here come the other units from ShoWTimE. Because the top left isn't really a threat anymore, Reynor tries to blink into the main base to just make the most out of these units. They will go down, but honestly, he's killed a lot, and he's killed 16 probes. ShoWTimE's economy taking a pretty heavy hit. Reynor's going up to 5th base, as is ShoWTimE. In fact, Reynor's 5th base is a little bit earlier as well, so Reynor continues to build into that nicely. These Zealots working wonders on this natural expansion, but the Super Battery will keep that last one alive. And these Zealots have been pretty tanky. I actually kind of start to love the idea of +1 shields now, because the Zealots seem freaking awesome. They seem really cool. And, yeah, committing to that might be the play, as he's going to deny the 5th base, man. So that's ShoWTimE. Going to be down a base here. I mean, Reynor is just playing so well with the army movement, I think. But, like, his army movement, the splitting of the units, he's finding so much out of it, and I think that's actually the beauty of the play right now. It's pretty sick to watch. It's really cool. It's really cool, man. Damn. He's back down here. Gets a cancel up already. Like I say, because he's got the momentum on his side and he's the kind of guy that's everywhere, it's hard for ShoWTimE to kind of keep up and match that, right? Like, ShoWTimE's got to be kind of aware a lot of the time. Okay, this is big for ShoWTimE because he's obviously got a lot of Archons now. They should be able to deal with the Zealots quite well, but they're getting overrun over here. The Archons are going down, and the one thing I started to really love here for ShoWTimE is just killed off. Here comes a lot of Zealots in return, even more Archons. I mean, the Archon count has to be a super notable thing, right? The Archon count from ShoWTimE, if that can stay high, Reynor will not win fights. Obviously, in this case, he actually made it happen, but yeah, in theory, he shouldn't be winning fights when the Archon count is high and he's just playing Zealot Stalker. ShoWTimE also investing into Dark Shrine, so he's going to add in some DTs for harassment, and that's going to, you know, maybe actually give him a chance to break out of always being the defender. Maybe make Reynor the defender finally, make him look back at home, focus over there, and that can go very well for you. ShoWTimE's also adding on the shield upgrade So he'll match that, and it will just come back to being a +3 versus +2 attack upgrade lead on the side of ShoWTimE. So that does simplify the upgrade situation. And in terms of direct comparisons, Stalker's still blinking through, looking for one Archon here. We'll get one Archon, looking maybe for the other. Again, getting rid of that Archon count. Archon's expensive, but DTs show up. And Reynor's realizing, uh-oh, maybe going to need some detection right now. He warps in big at home to try and deal with this couple of DTs already. He has gotten rid of that 5th base again. ShoWTimE being kept on 4, but let's see what the DTs do. There's one on this base over here. There's going to be a couple into this mineral line. Reynor running around with all of these probes, getting them out of trouble ASAP right now. And a cannon is there to push that DT away for the moment. DT continues on to the Nexus, and just going to push against that for now. Nexus is likely just to have to cancel here, and he cancels at the last second. That's one thing I think Reynor's very good at, and it just comes from playing, you know, such a high level in his other races as well, you know. These cancels are always there. He's always very quick to react to things. That's something that just transitions across. I mean, right now, he's up on supply. Unit count, Mass Zealot. Like, he is just on Mass Zealot, so don't get me wrong. He's up on supply, but his supply maybe isn't as meaningful as ShoWTimE supply, but we'll see if it's going to be enough. We'll see if there can maybe be enough here to just win out from Reynor. And do, I mean, extra Archons right now, again, absolutely critical. Any splash damage against Zealots is going to be huge, and that's exactly what those Archons provide. So that's what you've got to kind of look for here, as we're going to see Reynor committing to a fight once again. He's been very good about target firing down Archons with the Stalkers, getting rid of the splash damage ASAP. Yeah, you can see how the army supply is dipping down, and you can just see it's not really working for Reynor. Too many Zealots in this case, and his army supply is going to be evening up a bit. The Archon's putting in some serious work. 20 minutes deep, by the way, in this game right now. We get an observer on the way out as well. ShoWTimE, his army just looks so much better at this point. It's really starting to look like that in the engagements too. You know, in a lot of these fights, Reynor has been able to pick up wins and, you know, draw it out, extend the situation, but yeah, right now it's tough. Like, you just can't win a good fight. And that means ShoWTimE will finally get this 5th base up. I mean, 21 minutes in, it's actually really important to have a 5th base. Reynor's going to try and slink around the bottom. I mean, a few Zealots in the main, a few in the natural. Could be some big eco damage here, but ShoWTimE's army is very quick to get here. Wow. Reynor hard commits in. He even blinks in with the Stalkers. So this army is here to trade the hell out. And I don't think I like that. He is going to oh no, ShoWTimE's going to recall some units. I thought that might have been Reynor when I heard it. So ShoWTimE recalls a little bit to deal with up here. And he loses a lot of probes. Again, 16 probes going down. Reynor going to find himself a Prism in the main base. Gets rid of that potential harassment before it's even a thing. And yeah, I guess these Stalkers are going to trade out with Zealots right now. Reynor's going to try and recall home what he can. He will lose just one more Stalker. I mean, again, he comes out ahead on supply, but it's still just Mass Stalker, Mass Zealot, and he keeps on building more. Like, like it's kind of sickening, no? Like, his army comp is absolutely worse, but he's moving around in ways that ShoWTimE, I think, is truly just struggling to deal with. And right here, we don't have a battery online, so these Archons don't get saved. I mean, each fight is just so close as well, though. He's going to get behind the back. He's going to try and get rid of a few probes towards the tail end of this. 5 probes going down. Battery healing up what it can as well at the moment. Just going to see the Stalkers coming through, looking for that Archon. Doesn't quite find it. Now, there's a additional probes just continuing to produce right here. Extra Stalkers being warped in. Extra High Templar from ShoWTimE. I mean, just trying to stabilize on an Archon count. Oh my god, those Zealots nearly found the High Templar warping. They actually might still have them. I mean, they're running for their lives, and they can morph into Archons to buy time as well. I don't think Reynor would actually be able to kill them, as he's killing probes. Top left-hand side, by the way. These Stalkers have a blink out, I believe. Yep, so he gets to blink out over here. He's killed off the base down on the bottom side again. Warps in another 10 Zealots. Once more, Reynor's supply is skyrocketing at the moment. Extra couple High Templar coming through. Archon plus 1 armor. All of this continuing to come on in. Just going to be seeing our forces here from Reynor coming along the left-hand side, ready to push up this ramp, ready to try and take another crazy fight with just a swarm of units. I mean, he's been on so many workers this entire time. You know, we had one attempt of DTs across the map, and since then we've just not seen DTs at all. ShoWTimE gets out GG, and Reynor is going to get the 2-0, move into the semifinals, because why the hell not?